from chemical reaction because of what they're made of.
Truck files.
They're close enough. They're close enough together where they create electric conductivity, and that creates the oxygen.
Do you remember what I told you about those? Because I watched like a bunch of YouTube videos, and I was listening to a couple of podcasts about it, so I know quite a bit about it. Do you remember what I said about it?
Not really.
No.
Probably negative things and like bad things about me.
No, I said that the rocks themselves are made out of a certain combination of minerals.
They're conductive.
Conductive
or yeah, you know what I mean.
Conductive, yeah. Well, yeah, they're made out of conductive materials, but that's not the point. The pressure of the ocean pushing down on them, okay, creates an electrical current, and through a process called electrolysis.
See that part? I didn't know.
They are separating the hydrogen and oxygen from one another. So it's not creating oxygen. It's pulling the molecules that make the water apart. Okay, so the oxygen enriches the water with oxygen, and the hydrogen creates little hydrogen bubbles that float up to the surface. Okay, they usually will disperse from small amounts. They'll disperse and they will.
So what's going on though is the process of the pressure of the ocean, the makeup of these rocks, like the minerals of the rocks, what they're made out of.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what the makeup was.
They're close enough together where they're conductive against each other and the pressure of the rocks. What's around them, like the water, like the saline or whatever the fuck you want to call the water, like the buildup of the water.
Woo.
All of this combined makes these, like the pressure.
It's an electrical current.
It separates the molecule of the water and creates oxygen, and then the fucking hydrogen from the water rises up.
It doesn't create oxygen.
No,
the
it separates
separates the hydrogen from the oxygen.
Yeah, and then the hydrogen rises up.
Yeah, and
creates bubbles, and then there creates oxygen underneath, right?
The hydrogen doesn't necessarily create bubbles. Okay, the hydrogen is a dispersible gas. It's more dispersible than oxygen. Oxygen will accumulate together.
I was wrong saying
bubbles.
that it created oxygen.
Yes, which was my whole point, and how I was explaining it to you before.
But yeah, I was wrong when saying it's creating because oxygen is there already. Yes. H2O.
Yes.
It's already there. It's just separating it. Yes. That's all it's doing.
They have a machine that they use to separate the oxygen.
Isn't that fucked up, though, that these rocks in the bottom of the ocean are doing that?
There's a machine that they use to separate the oxygen and the hydrogen molecules, and it enriches your fuel in your vehicle with hydrogen. The combustion rate is a lot higher. The waste is a lot less because you're using a lot less fuel to do the combustion. Basically, it combines hydrogen and the fuel vapors to maximize the fuel burn. Right? The hydrogen gas combusts and it reacts violently with the gas vapors. Okay, and that creates probably about 3 times as much combustion, and it burns 3 times as much fuel, and you have about 70% less carbon dioxide that's produced.
And you need less fuel to create that reaction. Cameron, that is a real thing, man. Think about that, dude.
It's called hydrogen electrolysis, and you can build the machine for any vehicle for about $5,000.
Cameron, think about this, dude. There are fucking rocks on the bottom of the goddamn ocean.
Yeah, bone.
They're made of a certain material where they're sitting so close together.
Damascus.
The pressure of the ocean.
Of iron, nickel, magnesium, copper, zinc, and
they're sitting close enough to each other where they create a reaction with each other where the pressure of the ocean pushes down onto these rocks. These rocks are close enough together, and the salt in the ocean, they make a reaction, and they're separating oxygen out of the water. So they're basically putting oxygen in the bottom of the ocean.
That's what they look like.
It's they're nodes.
They're
nodes.
Yeah, diodes.
Diodes. Yeah, they're diodes. Yeah.
I was calling them nodes earlier when we were discussing it, but they're diodes.
Yeah. That's fucking insane.
They're calling it dark oxygen.
Yeah.
Dark oxygen.
Yeah. At first they were saying that this could have been how oxygen was first created on the planet, but then they realized that it would be impossible for this to be the first source of oxygen because water requires oxygen to form in the first place. You cannot have water without a pre-existing source of oxygen.
Or stalagmites or whatever the hell they are. They're the
You're
first
thinking
ones.
Of stalagmites.
Stalagmites. Yeah.
Gagmites.
Polymetallic nodules. So, okay, yeah. Nodules, yeah. The naturally occurring minerals act like battery rocks that create a high enough voltage to split water into hydrogen and oxygen via electrolysis. Natural process produces dark oxygen.
Man, and the best thing about this, though, Cameron, the best thing about this is that it's more than likely like fucking Europa and Enceladus and Sirius. Like these 3 fucking moons that are like almost guaranteed to be ocean moons. Those probably have them on there.
Not if they don't have a metal core.
They almost certainly do, though.
Well, it's possible that they have a metal core, but it's also entirely possible that they have a frozen ice core. And if
they got a metal core, then they got that.
Well, if they have a frozen ice core, it's not water, it would be frozen gas, and the weight of that frozen gas would have attracted dust, particles, and different heavier vapors that have a chance to settle on the surface and get below their freezing point. And then as the
Don't say anything about it, please.
different UVs come through
The UVs have nothing to do with the core.
Yes, it is, yes. It depends on what the core is made out of. If the core is made out of metal, okay.
Then that would make it almost a planet.
If the core is made out of metal, it would have had to have been a combination of a slew of different high carbon mixtures of gases and molecules and dust and stuff like that. And over pressure and time, the heavier minerals would have been pushed to the bottom, which suggests that the planet formed very, very, very slowly over time from either remnants of a destroyed planet or a combination of temperature fluctuation and combustion of gases. So there would have had to have been some sort of an explosion which combined molecules together and slammed carbon molecules together with fucking super hot gases, basically.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
All right. There's a cool theory saying, and I'm not saying this is what's real. It's a theory. But there's a cool theory saying that like Jupiter's moons and Saturn's moons and shit. I'm good for now. They're basically planets. Like if you take the sun and you take the planets, think of Jupiter and Saturn as like tiny suns, where all their moons. They're creating their own solar system. All right.
Yeah.
And so you get moons Instead of thinking of it like a moon,
that ghost
think
is
of it like a planet, right? And so you got Enceladus and you got Europa.
And you got the ghosts.
Right? No, Ceres is not involved in both of those. Ceres is
Ghost
in the
is
asteroid belt.
Get your point.
My point being is that they all start as dust balls, almost, is what they're saying. This is the theory. They start as dust balls. Everything has all these molecules in them, but they're in such a high fucking gravitational rate where they come in together.
You need a heavier material than the materials around it in order to
water out of it, and so it is a high material fucking rate thing. So these things would have been massive moons, would have been massive rock moons if they didn't get turned into water. Now, the evidence on that is because of Io, which is Saturn's volcanic moon, and it's a big lava world, and it's because of gravitational pull.
Yeah.
Because of all that, and it would be the same way with Europa and the other one. And the point being, what I'm trying to say about that is that it pulled it so much where it turned it fucking burned itself to death, and it's pulled the water out of the rock, and now it's got a solid core.
Okay, there's a couple of things that I'm on point on.
That's not my fucking belief. I'm just saying this is a theory.
Okay. So, here's a theory I'd like to discuss.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number one, in order for you to have gravity, so in order for you to put a pressure into the fabric of space to bend it in a way that things start to be attracted to it, right?
You got it bigger than the other guy.
Or heavier. Not necessarily bigger, but you have to have more mass.
More mass.
Right?
Absolutely.
In order for things to be attracted to you. Because otherwise, okay, so if it's a sheet, right, and you have a bowling ball in the middle, but then you have a bowling ball over here, well, if they're the same weight, that they're not going to be attracted to each other. Their density is not going to, unless the fabric of space.
There's been one fucking car that drove by us so far.
Came across each other to affect each other.
Yes. So if you have dust, well, none of those materials are heavy enough to
It gets whipped around and collected, and then eventually.
Well, again, when you're in the fabric of space and space is pulling things apart and expanding constantly.
It don't work that way in the gravitational pull, though.
But it does, though, unless you have material that's denser and has more mass than the stuff around it.
But
so
that's the thing that has the most mass around it, like the star, keeps it there, and everything gets whipped around, and eventually things will hit each other, and then eventually it'll start clumping, it'll go, and then that's how things are created.
I understand that. But my whole theory is, in order for you to have a material dense enough to even create a star, you have to have something that is already a molecule which has been formed through a combination of different molecules that need to have certain conditions to be made. For example, the carbon molecule. Right? Can you make a carbon molecule with fucking hydrogen and oxygen? No, you can't. Right? So where did the molecules that are dense enough to attract other molecules come from if all of the things are expanding and swirling, slamming into each other, bouncing off of each other,
and turning around?
There's nothing that's grabbing anything and pulling it in towards each other if everything is just...
And carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen are the most common elements in the universe.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
But, like you just said, the carbon molecule.
Yeah. Where'd the carbon molecule come from?
You know, it's fucked up.
You need very specific conditions.
You know how stars are made? From
Your
dead
mom?
stars.
Your mom?
Supernovas exploding.
Your mom?
Creates nebulas.
Devoda.
Right? It creates fucking nebulas. And that's how stars are formed. They call them star nurseries in these nebulas. But it's after a supernova has exploded. Well, how did a star start?
My whole theory, if the fucking galaxy clusters exist in the way that I understand and the way that our science tells us.
And Cameron, keep my mother's fucking name out your mouth.
When a star is
Fuck you,
in its infancy, it's big and it's fucking bright and it has a huge fuel source, so it's burning all of the fuel really, really fast. And as its fuel source burns out, it gets dimmer and dimmer and less bright, and it, you know, it cools and becomes more stable, blah, blah, blah. During the process of when this star is first
Don't worry, Biscuit.
being formed, and
we all can't afford a Dodge Devoto.
All of the stuff that a star is made
can't
of
afford it.
happens to be in a particular area, and it accumulates all. Let's just say that there's the right amount of stuff in the right place to form a star, right? It all goes in there, and then there's this.
You sound like Andrew
reaction, and there's a contraction and an expansion of the different.
Biscuit, could that be your father?
Combinations of
Stephen?
No, Andrew Tate.
Molecules and things that are.
I think I'm older than him.
I don't know, man. You could be like your mom probably banged Andrew Tate and had you.
Pretty sure I'm older than him.
Tall, lanky, fucking.
I'm not Middle Eastern though.
He's not Middle Eastern. He just talks out his ass.
His father's a black man from England.
Well, I'm not brown.
Well, he talks out his ass, and you're white and lanky.
He can, but I think that you need to actually listen to some of what he says.
Oh man, I listen to a lot of what he says. He talks out his ass. He makes it up on the spot half the time.
I don't know, man. A lot of stuff that he says is like inarguable and.
Well, yeah, he knows how to debate.
Steven,
actually correct.
Steven, you can be completely right in what you're saying and still be a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
He's a fucking dickweed.
You do it all the time. I don't think he's a dickweed. I think
he's a dickweed.
I think he's an asshole.
Dickweed asshole.
I think he'd be a really cool guy to hang out with. I think he'd be fun.
You think so?
Buy all kinds of shit. I think he'd be laughing your fucking ass off, and I don't think he'd ever have to worry about getting beat up, or he'd be like,
"Oh fuck, man, he's got bodyguards."
Yeah, but Andrew Tate is a world champion kickboxer who's the best kickboxer in the world for 7 years.
Yeah.
Doubt it? Doubt it?
I bet he said he was.
I bet you he has a song called "Better Stop Touching the Children."
I think he was the 3-time world champion.
I bet he's got a song saying, "I was the best kickboxer for 7 years. My name's."
Well, then if he's like that, then the Gypsy Crusader would be.
And he
would kick his ass.
That's probably his next song, Gypsy Crusader.
You ever listen to that guy?
Kick your ass.
You never listened to that guy?
No.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
The fuck is wrong with you guys? Andrew Tate.
Man, his story's way better than Andrew Tate's.
Fuck him all.
Andrew Tate doesn't have much of a story.
Well, yeah, you don't even know the Gypsy Crusader story, do you?
Kickboxing, and then they sponsor some girls online to do porn, and then they made quite a bit of money, and they invested in casinos.
Yeah, but the other guy's story's way better, man.
Maybe.
Oh, man. Muay Thai champion for years until he got into a car accident. Then he was a coach. Then something on blah, blah, blah went to happen. He went to jail, and then he started doing videos because he got beat up by, they got attacked by Antifa and the gay community.
The gay guys beat him up?
No, they tried. But they fucking harassed his home and his life so much that it drove, he just sits online and you're gonna have to go look. You're gonna have to look up a video here, Steven. The type of video is show Biscuit.
I'm watching Andrew Tate.
Oh, fucking!
I need a lighter.
You need to go fuck yourself. Why don't you go hop into Why don't you hop into one of our Dodge Devotas?
You're a Dodge Devota.
I'm thinking that when a star is first being formed and it's at its hottest, I think the little fucking blah, 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 I think it spits out fucking planets, man. I think the suns spit out planets when they're in their infancy, and when they spit out so much of the ingredients that it's made out of, they start to stabilize. And then there are a couple of smaller ones at first, then there's a couple of bigger ones, and then that really starts to cool it off, and then it gets smaller again, and then you have a couple of regular sized, planets.
There is actually physics actually allows that.
Yeah,
and then
well,
when a star
physics,
dies,
Terry,
I don't think
physics.
that the star explodes and then just destroys all the stuff. I think that the star
It expands.
goes out. It becomes less fast moving through space. The planets start to catch up, and then they go closer and closer and closer to it as it's slowing its movement through space. And then they fucking refuse with it, and they reignite it, and then it becomes a
different kind of star.
different kind of star, and then it spits out different kinds of planets.
Maybe.
Now,
I think the biggest stars that we see are
the biggest
youngest
the biggest
stars.
theory here is
They're the-
shadow people.
They're the newest stars.
Shadow people.
I think the biggest stars that we see are the newest stars.
Shadow people.
Youngest.
Shadow people are real.
Let's take another puff real quick.
Shut the fuck
I
up.
hear my Mac.
You're on YouTube.
There's one. It's like fucking something.
Steven.
3C.
You are gonna be what?
Give me a fucking weed pen.
Actually,
You are gonna be.
there's
You're gonna.
stars.
We're gonna make
There's
videos
the name of it, and it's like 3CP. And
of you guys
it
just
is
arguing.
literally 100 million times bigger than our star.
Then your dick.
It's the biggest known fucking object. Like
Oh,
mass object.
Jesus, stop talking about her
Not
like that.
mass- not the mass object, but biggest object. One object observed. And it actually
I forgot.
apparently somehow defies the laws of physics.
Oh, yeah?
And there's
What
a
the fuck
star.
is that?
It's like 100 million times bigger than the sun. And it's a star.
I don't think black holes eat light. I think black holes absorb the excess.
Black holes are just the star at its final stage, dude. Like we said, the very biggest are the newest. The very smallest are the oldest.
Yeah.
And it's just a star.
What the hell is
That's
that?
all it is.
No.
Oh, is that that fucking?
I think a black hole is an anti-density,
Is your window down,
Bubble.
biscuit?
Yes.
which means that it is
I got a cigarette.
an
as well.
expansion. It's like a swelling in space-time, so that things can roll around it.
Yeah. But again, dude, it's like the biggest stars. To me, it's just, you know about supermassive black holes.
Yeah.
We have one of the center of our galaxy.
Every single galaxy has one. They are what creates galaxies. Literally. They are what create they create the galaxies. Now there's this other thing out there that they have no idea what the fuck it is. And they call it the Great Attractor. They don't even know where to begin to what it is.
Well, they first call it a white hole.
Everything is moving towards it. Like they say, the universe is expanding. That's what they say. Like the universe is expanding, and it's increasing in speed as it expands. But the Milky Way, Andromeda, every galaxy we can see, they're all moving towards something, and they call it the Great Attractor. Could that be another giant?
I don't think that
massive
both.
black hole?
I don't think that two theories can be true at the same time when
I
they
don't
have
either.
opposite principles. I don't think that everything in the universe can be expanding.
I don't
in
think everything
all
is expanding.
directions equally.
Steven, I think we're falling into a giant black hole,
Well,
and that gives the impression that things.
I've
are
been in a few of those.
because we're falling down, and it looks like it's expanding out. I think we're just falling into a fucking black hole, buddy. I really do. I don't think the universe is expanding, because if the universe is expanding, what's it expanding into?
Well,
if nothing doesn't exist, then how does something expand into nothing?
Something from something means something.
Either... Okay, so there's two theories I have that kind of explains that.
We'll just do one.
Either everything in space is moving in a cyclical pattern, in its own stationary position relative to the stuff that is around it, and it just has a long time to go through its cyclical pattern of movement in space, or all the stuff that encompasses the in-between, or dark matter, I guess some people could call the empty space.
The racist matter.
The empty space in between space, they could call it. Not necessarily antimatter, but dark matter.
Where dark energy, dark matter, yes.
Well,
I know what you mean. Dark energy, dark matter. I know what you're talking about.
Not antimatter, but
dark energy,
dark matter.
I know what
so
you're
it's like
about.
stuff that is spaced so far apart that it doesn't interact with each other.
It is light and dark. It's yin yang. It has to be there. It is the propulsion. If the universe actually is expanding, if it's true that it's actually expanding, dark energy needs to exist.
Yeah. So things are moving into it, and it is infinite. Yeah. So that means that as long as things are moving, it will continue to exist, kind of like the rendering.
Dark matter would be.
Kind of like the rendering of. You know what I mean?
Dark energy would be the opposite of gravity. And dark matter would be the opposite of matter, which means... my question is, what is it expanding into? It would be, it's expanding into dark matter.
Yeah, okay, so if you think about if things are expanding into an ever-growing space of an area where nothing yet exists, okay, and there's no new materials that exist in the universe, and everything that is in the universe already exists. All the materials are here already. There's no new materials, and that would
oh, my brain just did something.
Did it?
So hold on, let me finish.
Yeah.
If everything is moving further and further apart, it will mean that eventually everything will separate and fill the empty spaces.
First off, Cameron, you're gay as shit, and you remind me from the dude from Judas Priest.
Yeah.
Alright, second off,
because I have fucking peanut butter sandwiches, bitch?
Yes, peanut butter sandwiches.
Fuck you.
Second off, Steve, then...
Suck it off, Steve? You homo?
Suck me off, Steve. No.
Dude. Fucking... If...
I want some peanut butter sandwich.
If...
Okay.
No?
Fucking...
Take a breath.
Nobody wants peanut butter sandwich?
Let me just... It hit me.
I brought some first.
It hit me.
What the fuck you bring?
If the universe is expanding, and it's expanding because
I'm just trying to think how
energy.
I can't use my knife.
It's going to be expanding because of dark energy.
Well, let's say that it is expanding of dark energy. Let's say that it is.
That would mean that the dark
energy do I have in my dash?
But that's what the scientists say. Dark energy is the fuel of the expansion of the universe. All the physicists say this.
No, they don't.
A lot of them do.
No, they don't.
Most of the look it up.
Biscuit, what do I got in my dash?
Like Michio Kaku, man, the fucking biggest physicist in the world
says that dark energy is what's forcing things apart.
Yeah.
Biscuit, what is in my dash?
Now, dark matter. Like my question is, what is the universe expanding into? Well, it's dark matter. Now, but if the process of fucking expanding into fucking the dark matter is actually fueling.
Well, what if it's fueling the fire of where the fuck is in my dash?
Like,
okay, so you're right about the dark energy, but when I said dark matter before, I didn't necessarily mean dark energy, because dark energy
Google, anyway, says that dark energy is a term used by science to describe the mysterious force or property of the universe that draws this accelerating expansion, pushing galaxies apart. Unlike gravity, which pulls things together, dark energy is thought to have repulsive outward pushing effects on the fabric of space itself. This was a discovery that was made in the late 90s by observing a distant supernova that showed the universe's expansion was not slowing down as expected, but was instead speeding up.
Yeah, that's
So it's a repulsive force. But what I meant by dark matter is just like the molecules that exist in between, like the solid objects of space.
0 point.
So like the empty space still has
0
things in
point.
it. It's not close enough.
They call that 0 point.
Okay.
The empty space, like
Yeah.
if you pull away the empty space so far from itself, like as the universe expands, or whatever, if you can take a piece of like empty air, you can get infinite energy, and they call that 0 point energy. And that's what they think the Big Bang came from. That's what they think. But it's possible through physics that could actually happen if you can just do like a super vacuum.
Possible to do everything.
If you did that though, you'd destroy the fucking universe.
Well, if you used your mind.
I mean, if it's infinitely there, then it's infinitely contained, right? You would need a reactive force to cause a reactive force, right?
If you could, if you were able to produce 0 point energy, you would obviously be able to contain 0 point energy. To be able to fucking produce it, you'd have to have something to
I think
contain
you're
it.
getting confused between 0 point energy, which is an energy that you can increase its production without increasing the input. That's 0 point energy. So you get more out of it than goes into it.
No, 0 point energy is unlimited. It is literally one atom continuing forever. 0 point energy. It's
0 point energy is the lowest possible energy that a quantum mechanical system can possess, arising from the Heisenberg uncertainty principle and quantum fluctuation. It represents the residual energy and motion that systems retain even at absolute zero temperature, and is also known as the quantum vacuum energy. Due to its presence in empty space, while it is well-established physics concept proven by phenomena like the Casimir effect. Casimir effect?
where?
Casimir effect? There is currently no way to harness it for a particular application like generating power. So 0 point energy is the lowest possible energy that a quantum mechanical system can possess, arising from the Heisenberg uncertainty principle and quantum fluctuations. It represents the residual energy and motion that systems retain at absolute zero temperature, and is also known as the quantum vacuum energy due to its presence in empty space.
Everybody can do.
Lowest energy state. It's the minimum energy a quantum system can have, which is always more than zero. Quantum fluctuation, because quantum particles are also waves, they cannot be completely still or have a precise position and speed at the same time, leading to constant inherent fluctuations and residual energy. So basically nothing can stay still, no molecule can be still.
It's unlimited energy.
Vacuum energy, it is an energy inherent in a perfect vacuum after all matter and radiation are removed, a concept supported by quantum field theory. Evidence for 0 point theory, the Casimir effect experiment showing a physical force between closely spaced parallel plates in a vacuum. This force is a direct consequence of 0 point energy, as the vacuum fluctuation causes the plates to be pushed together.
Legit, dude, you take everything away. You take everything away, and you pull
those are starships
apart so far. There's still gonna be reaction, and that's what 0 point energy is. It is the
harnessing the.
It's the fucking. It is the groundwork of everything.
Shadow people.
And if you're able to contain that or create it yourself, like this happens in nature and we can't even see it. If we ever saw it in nature, we'd be dead.
Shadow people.
If we were able to create it, well, goddamn. You know what I mean? Like, goddamn, we'd be able to contain it. That's the only way we could ever create it.
Give them a goddamn.
And we would never have to worry about anything ever again.
Just like those starships.
Cameron, think about that, though.
Starships.
Energy out of nothing.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Energy out of nothing.
So, there is a theory that the energy that people like Nikola Tesla and some other people were trying to harvest was called
grid.
Harnessing energy from the ether. So there's 0 point energy theory, right? And then there is the similar theory that, okay, so for example, these guys from some university had a it's a thing that picks up electrical current. It's very, very sensitive. They put it on a balloon and they sent it up into the air. And the higher it went, the more electricity they were getting back. And then there was this thing where it was like they had mercury in a little copper ball, and they applied a very small electrical load, and the mercury started to spin, and it created like a very, very strong electrical current.
Magnetosphere.
Yeah.
And that is because this video is brought to you by Shadow People. They're real. Bye-bye.